So I'm going to give a 41,779 mile update. So it's still running pretty strong. It's starting to burn a little bit of oil when you first start it up. That clears out. Things that I've had problems with it in the first 41,000 miles is my starter motor did start squealing, so I put that Warp 9 cap on from Procycle. That worked. The starter motor did eventually start showing signs of it going out by just clicking a certain spot on it, so I replaced the starter motor. I replaced it with a used one because I didn't want to put any of that Chinese stuff on there. I don't know if it's any good or not, and I didn't want to pay the price for a new one. But the one I got also, when I pulled the cap off, looked like it was going to do it because the bearing, if it has a bearing in it, was seized. So I put the Warp 9 cap on that one too. Other than that, the stator went out probably around 30,000 miles. So that was replaced. The wheels, the rims, the spokes are kind of soft, and they ended up loosening up on my front wheel recently, about 5,000 miles ago. Couldn't tighten them anymore, and eventually I think that stress led to the rim cracking. So this is a new rim from Procycle. It's the same brand, but it's a stronger rim. Spokes are stronger spokes too, so hopefully I won't have that problem. So yeah, that was kind of cracked rims, not good. Had a problem with this aftermarket FMF power bomb. I really kind of always had a problem with the power bomb. The power bomb comes with a solid end piece. And the solid end piece, when it hooks up to their FMF slip-on exhaust, at least on mine, there's such a big gap in it that it just buzzes back and forth, and it just sounds horrible. The clamp, I guess we used the stock clamp. I used it. I don't know if they expect it to crush it down on it. It never did. So that was always a sore point. It always just sounded bad. I eventually fixed the problem because make sure if you have this slip-on exhaust that you don't lose that bolt. That's a very important bolt to your exhaust system. I lost that bolt. This started bouncing up and down. Whether or not the slop in that helped create the problem, I don't know. But what happened was the exhaust, it's got a aluminum clamp for the flange, and it stressed it out so bad that it no longer pushed against the flange, and it created a leak. I tried fixing it. Really the only thing you could do at this point is cut the pipe, buy a new flange, clamp, weld the pipe together. I decided to just replace the pipe. So on this pipe, what I decided to do is, rather than leave it, because this new power bomb was just like the old one, there's probably 20-30 thou of slop, at least 10 thou of slop, 20 thou, on the diameter, on that inside diameter of slop. It's significant. So what I did was I took some aviation shears and just snipped it there, and that was able, the clamp was able to squeeze there. So new power bomb, bummer I needed to do it. Another problem is these kickstands will, with the weight of it over time, the clevis in the kickstand will kind of open up a bit, and the kickstand will start rubbing on the swing arm. It's a pretty easy fix. You pull that off, put something in the clevis that's slightly wider than what it swings on. So then smack it. When you smack it, that will prevent it from closing too far. So I did that. Works really nice now. Not going to really go over all the standard wear and tear. You know, lots of bearings, brakes and such. I think that's all, really. I mean, it's been a very reliable bike. It's never stranded me anywhere. So, we'll see. It's a good bike.